All right. It looks like we're rolling along here, and it's one of our wonderful Friday Eve, our Thursday editions of our get together here on video. And we hope that you've had a good week so far, and we hope that you've got a good weekend in store. And we're glad that you're spending a little bit of your time with us, so we appreciate that. And we'll just want to cover a couple things that are going on workerscompensation.com and some stuff that we're up to, including the latest edition of the CompPodres workerscompensation.com podcast. So let's go ahead and get started here. We don't want to take up too much of your time. You're not here to see me. You're here to get information that you need and get on with your life. So we're going to just go ahead and do this and boom, right away. There you see we've got things going already on, if you'll excuse me for a minute, on uh, tomorrow's headline. So there's a claim here. It's often the case that an ADA case is going to sort of commingle with workers' compensation. That's an issue that comes up and involves oftentimes multiple people in multiple departments at an employer. And this is the case here because you have a worker who had an on-the-job injury and then, had, because of this injury, needed accommodations. And the question was whether he could get those accommodations, or if the nature of what he was asking for meant that he could no longer perform the essential functions of the job. So that's a case that's up there that we just wrapped up and posted. It'll go out in the LinkedIn newsletter tomorrow. And don't forget that Simply Research is the place where you can find compliance information, case law, court cases, and summaries from all around the country on topics like these. And what else do we have going today? Well, today's news, we had a federal claim, and a couple of stories here, but the big compliance feature of the day was another accommodation question, this time in the federal workers' compensation context. This was an attorney that works for the U.S. Postal Service. So it's an interesting case. You get a fair amount of workers' comp claims that come from the Postal Service and the federal government. So we're talking about the Office of Workers' Compensation Programs, and then the upper level, the appeals level, is the Employees Compensation Appeals Board. And so USPS is no stranger to those bodies, but it's normally a mail carrier. And you can see why carrying mail, going up and down stairs, driving, there's a lot of chances for injury. This was an attorney, so an office-based position, and involved quite a few things there. But there was also a little bit of a reasonable accommodation question. So again, when you're training your teams, whether you're in the private sector or the federal sector, HR and management should be aware of how these things can interplay. Now, the attorney here didn't have enough evidence to go forward with her claim, but you could see where circumstances might have been different. We might have to get some people on the same page. So you can check that one out. And then the other one that you should check out for today, the big one, the one that's been going around social media, and for good reason, is Karen Thomas from Corval takes aim, or takes a hold of, digs into the mental health crisis through the lens of mental injury claims and workers' compensation. There's some interesting things here. I think we first became aware of the situation, the psychiatric situation in this country when COVID hit. But suffice it to say, it's an issue. And so, here's as Karen says here, the data tell the story. So 69% of mental health claims involve lost time, and that's nearly double, not quite, but nearly double. 37% of claims without a mental injury component involve lost time. So, that's significant. And there's a lot of reason for things and not getting workers what they need. Stigma, shortages of qualified providers. Listen, I see mental health therapists and a psychiatrist. I'm on mental health medication. I'm open about that. I have nothing to hide. And it's a medical condition like any other. And it's very tough to get an appointment. They're backed up, they're backlogged. There's a real shortage of providers. Now, that's an issue in workers' comp because, as you know, Corvell's numbers here say when treatment is delayed beyond 180 days, the number of TTD days nearly triples compared to cases where care begins within 90 days. So there's a need for something different here, and Karen goes through how the something different can play out. And early intervention, getting past stigma, using technology, all of those things, a holistic approach, because we're not just talking about meds, we're talking about everything that the worker needs to be whole and to be well again. So appreciate this article from her. And something else I appreciate was I had a little bit of time earlier today and recorded a CompPodres podcast. And this episode, we're dubbing the Grateful CompPodres because I started and ended it on the note of gratitude. And the big reason I'm grateful is because if you were on my LinkedIn page today, and I guess we'll go ahead and go there. So you can listen to this, go to Substack. This is if you're on Substack, and I think even if you're not, you can get this. It's free. I don't have anything charging here because most of what I do here is to just bring attention to what we do at workerscompensation.com. So that there's the podcast, the latest edition there. I don't know if you're going to hear this. I hope you're hearing this. And I'll leave it to you to go follow up to see how I wanted to get started today. I hope you heard that because otherwise it's just awkward dead air. If you didn't, I apologize. I was trying to play the first 20 seconds or so of the podcast today. But the thing that I'm grateful for, and I might, spoiler alert for what you're about to hear there, and I might, blow that, but still, I hope you'll go back and listen to it because I explain in a little bit more depth about what I'm grateful for. I mean, there's plenty to be grateful for, but this is a big one right now. Let me see if I can find the post. Sometimes I'm not the most savvy with the social media here, but thankfully it's and there's Karen's story. I thought it was worth sharing to the work comp analysis group because they're a brainy lot there, and there it is just on my page. This is what I'm grateful for, and I'm proud of, and I sense a great sense of responsibility for that I've been matched in the RISE mentorship program. So check out RISE Professionals. I said more about them on the podcast. It's a good thing. Yeah, the mentorship thing is sort of closed down for now, but they're going to do it again. They do it every year. Go ahead and look into it. It's something that I'm looking forward to, and I'll keep you updated on how it goes. And I can't thank them enough for selecting me in the program. And I hope it's beneficial for all. And I know I'm going to learn from it. So that's something that's very much a thing that I'm excited about. But anyway, I want to thank you for stopping by here. Don't forget that if you go on to Simply Research, you are going to find the latest in workers' compensation compliance from across the country, state information, state specific, or in some cases, the federal law, like we said. So we've got, so far today, we've got stuff from Delaware, Florida. That's the case that I was talking about. The summary is going to go up later, so it'll live there. Louisiana, we have a form. Remember, forms, court cases, summaries, statutes, regs, calculators. This is the kind of thing that you're always going to find. Events, we have the event calculator. There we go with the federal stuff. That's how we do. And this is something that we're going to be doing coming up on September 11th. It's our next. That's not. Oh, I see. It just brought us to the calendar here, the September calendar. And you scroll down. There it is. Comp and circumstance. That's what we've done. And it's our little thing about, we like to have a nice little get together virtually. It's very informal, but it's your chance to share what's going on with you or your organization, connect with others in the workers' compensation space. And more than anything, just, take a little brain break. We schedule it for 30 minutes. You can come late, you can leave early. If you want to continue the discussion longer, we're up for that too. We just want it to be something where you can connect and share what's going on. I think, personally, I think it's something that uh, you can really use to connect. I mean, we don't get those opportunities often, and we hope to see you there. I want to know what's going on in your world, and hopefully we'll see you there. So that's September 11th. It's going to be 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Comp and Circumstance. If you want to attend, drop me an email at fferrari@workerscompensation.com, or reach me any way that you can reach me. And appreciate you. Listen, so here we are. We're wrapping up Thursday. We're wrapping up Friday Eve once again. And as always, thank you for doing what you do out there in the workers' compensation world or the related areas, because it's because of you that we get to do this. So thanks to you, we get to live our purpose, and I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, everyone. I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye-bye now.